Let me ask you something. How many times this week have you tried to think your way out of a feeling? How many times have you laid in bed at 2 a.m. running through a conversation that ended hours ago? How many times have you made a pros and cons list from a decision your body already made? How many times have you Googled the same question in a slightly different way, hoping a different answer might come up this time? If you're watching this video, my guess is a lot. And you've probably been told over and over again, you need to stop overthinking. Just let it go. Challenge the thought, reframe it, meditate more. And none of it has worked. Or maybe it has worked for a day. And then you're right back in the loop. Same thought, different costume. So in this video, I want to offer you a completely different way to look at what's happening, because here's the hot take. You don't have an overthinking problem. You have a self-trust problem. And until you understand that distinction, no amount of journaling, breath work, or thought stopping is going to close the loop. So let's get into it. Overthinking is a symptom, not the disease. This is a reframe the entire video hinges on. So I need you to slow down with me here. Most content on overthinking treats the thinking itself as a problem. The mind is too loud, the thoughts are too many, the brain won't shut up. So the solution becomes quiet the mind, stop the thought, manage the loop. But this misses what's actually happening, because your brain isn't running wild for no reason. It's doing a very specific job. It's trying to think you into certainty. It's trying to analyze hard enough, long enough, and from enough angles that you finally feel safe enough to make a decision, or to stop replaying one, or to know what's actually true. And it can't get there, because the answer was never going to come from analysis. The answer is in your body. And somewhere along the way, you learned not to trust your body. So now every signal she sends gets sent upstairs to the thinking brain for a second opinion. And the thinking brain, bless her, will keep trying. She will analyze, she will list, she will rehearse, she'll replay, she will spiral forever, because that's what she's been told to do. So when I say overthinking is a self-trust problem, I mean this very literally. The loop is not the disease. The loop is what happens when you don't trust the parts of you that already knows. So why does your brain loop, and why it's not your fault? Let me explain what's actually going on neurologically. Your nervous system is constantly receiving information from your body, from your environment, your relationships, your own internal state. This information gets processed before your conscious mind even gets involved. By the time you think something, your body has already registered the data. It already knows if you feel safe with that person. It already knows if that opportunity feels right. It already knows if you want to say yes or no. The body knows first, always. But here's what happens to a lot of women. At some point in your life, probably early, you learned that your body's signals were not reliable. Maybe you were told you were too sensitive or just overreacting. Maybe you were rewarded for ignoring your needs and punished for honoring them. Maybe you made a decision from your body once and it didn't go well, and you swore you'd never trust yourself like that again. Maybe you've been overriding yourself for so long, you don't even remember when you started. Whatever the origin, your body learned a hard lesson. My signals don't count. I have to think it through. I can't just feel it. I have to figure it out. So now every time your body sends a signal, it gets routed up to the thinking brain for verification. And the thinking brain is incredibly bad at this job, because the kinds of decisions overthinkers loop on are not logical decisions. They're decisions about people, about values, about what feels right, about what you actually want, about whether to leave, stay, speak, wait, trust, risk. Whew. These are embodied decisions. They live in the body. They don't have a spreadsheet answer, but you keep running them through the spreadsheet anyway, because you don't trust the body that already knows. So the loop continues, because the wrong system is being asked to do a job it was never built for. So here are the 3 patterns. Find yours. Most women I work with have one dominant overthinking pattern, and they didn't realize they were even patterns until I named them. So I want to walk you through the 3. See which one is yours, or maybe all 3. All right, pattern number 1, the what if spiral. This one is future focused. It sounds like, what if I make the wrong choice? What if I leave and regret it? What if I stay and waste another 5 years? What if this is the one and I missed it? What if I say the wrong thing? What if it doesn't work out? And here's the misread. You think you're trying to decide, but you're not. You're trying to feel safe enough to decide. Those are two completely different problems. You will not what if your way to certainty, because the certainty you're looking for doesn't exist. No decision comes with a guarantee. Your body knows this. Your mind can't accept it. So the loop continues. If this is your pattern, the work isn't to answer the what ifs. The work is to learn to tolerate not knowing, which is a body skill, not a thinking skill. Pattern number 2, the replay loop. This one is past focus. It sounds like I keep replaying that conversation. Why did I say that? What did she mean by that text? Did I read too much into it? Should I send a follow-up? How did I miss that? You're running the moment back over and over looking for what you missed. And the misread is you think you're analyzing. You're not. You're trying to retroactively make sense of something your body already registered as off. You felt something in that conversation, in that text, in that room, but you didn't trust the feeling. So now your mind is trying to find the evidence to justify what your body already knew. This is exhausting, and it almost never works because the body doesn't need a justification. It already gave you the information. You just didn't want to hear it. If this is your pattern, the work is to start trusting that felt sense in the moment, not interrogating it after. Pattern number 3. The pros and cons trap. This one is present focused and feels the most rational. You make a list, you compare, weigh, research, you ask everyone you know what they would do. You read articles, take quizzes, ask ChatGPT. You return to the list and add another column. And the misread is you think you're being thoughtful. You're not. You're making the list because you don't trust the answer that's already there. If the list could solve it, you would have stopped making it by now. You would have a decision. But you don't. All you have is a longer list. Now, this pattern is sneaky because it looks productive, it looks responsible, it looks mature, but it's the same loop in a more socially acceptable form. Now, if this is your pattern, the work is to notice when the list has stopped being useful and started being a stalling tactic, which is usually around list number 2. Okay, this is a part I really want to slow down for because here's a trap. Overthinking feels productive. That's why it's so hard to stop. When you're spiraling, your brain gets a little hit of pseudo control. You feel like you're doing something, working on it. You feel like as long as you keep analyzing, you're not just sitting in the discomfort. You're handling it. You're managing it. You're being responsible. And here's what no one tells you. That feeling of pseudo control is the entire reason the loop continues. You're not stuck because you can't think clearly. You're stuck because the thinking is the coping mechanism. It's the way you avoid feeling the actual fear, grief, uncertainty, or whatever is underneath the question. Stopping the loop is not really about thinking less. It's about being willing to feel what's underneath the loop, which is usually some version of, I don't know, I'm scared, I want something I'm not sure I'm allowed to want, I might lose something I love, I might be wrong, I might not be ready, I might be more honest than I'm ready to be. This is the part that hurts. This is the part the loop is protecting you from. So when I say stop overthinking feels like losing something, I actually mean it because you're losing the illusion of control before you've built the actual capacity to tolerate not knowing. That's why just stop overthinking is such useless advice. You're not going to just stop. You can't just stop until you build the thing the loop was substituting for, which is the capacity to be in your body when you don't know. And that takes practice, not willpower. So what is the actual practice? If you want to start interrupting the loop for real, here's where I begin. 1, stop trying to think yourself out of it. This is the first move, and it's a little counterintuitive. When you notice you're in the loop, the goal is not to think better thoughts. The goal is to get out of the thinking system entirely. Move your body, splash some cold water in your face, maybe step outside, lie on the floor, put your bare feet on the ground, hum, make a sound, stretch, whatever interrupts the pattern and brings you back to your body. Do that. You're not going to think your way into clarity. You're going to feel your way there, which requires being in the body in the first place. 2 is ask a different question. When you notice you're looping, instead of asking the question the loop wants you to ask, I want you to ask this one. What is my body trying to tell me that I'm not letting it say? That's it. That one question. I want you to sit with it. Now don't answer it from your head. Wait, feel. Let the answer come from your chest, your gut, your throat, not your forehead. And then believe what comes up, even if it doesn't make logical sense yet. Actually, especially if it doesn't. All right, number 3, start small. You don't rebuild trust with your body by making big decisions. You rebuild it by trusting her on the small ones first. Do you actually want to go do this thing? Do you actually agree with what they just said? Are you actually okay right now? Practice listening, practice honoring, practice acting on it. Not perfectly, just enough that your body starts to believe you're paying attention again. Because here's the thing, your body has been screaming for years, and then she got tired. And then she got quiet, and the loop got louder to compensate. If you want the loop to soften, the body has to come back online. And the body only comes back online when she believes she'll be listened to. That takes time, but it's the actual work, not thought stopping, not affirmations, not letting go, listening slowly, consistently, until the body trusts you again. And then the mind doesn't have to do her job anymore. So here's what I want to leave you with. You don't have a thinking problem, you have a trust problem. And every time someone tells you to just stop overthinking without addressing that, they're handing you a tool for a wrong job. You're not going to think your way to peace. You're not going to analyze your way to clarity. You're not going to spiral your way to a decision. The way out of the loop is not through better thoughts. It's through a different relationship with the part of you that's been trying to get your attention this whole time, your body. She already knows. She has been knowing. The work is not to figure it out. The work is to come home to her and let her speak again. Now, if this resonated, this kind of work, reconnecting to your body, rebuilding self-trust, learning to actually hear yourself again, is what I do with women every day. I've put all of my offers in one place on my website. There's something there, whether you're just exploring, looking for a small place to start, or ready for deeper support. The link is in the description. And if you want more conversations like this one, identity, nervous system, and the actual work of becoming yourself again, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because that's what we're doing here. So let me know in the comments below, which overthinking pattern is yours? Is it the what ifs, the replay, or the pros and cons? I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next one.